Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. As-salatu was-salamu ala khatamil mursaleen. Shafiyyina wa nabiyyina wa maulana Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. My dearest brothers and sisters and whoever you are, wherever you are, from London, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I believe there's a turning point in the history of America as far as the justice is concerned, that a person, a so-called white supremacist, has been sentenced for the killing of a black man called George Floyd. I believe there are two reasons as to why it came to this. Because prior to this, hundreds, if not thousands of people have been martyred and butchered by the so-called supremacist, white supremacist. And nothing happened. Only a few years ago, a few months ago. Number one, perhaps the public opinion, including the so-called white people, there's nobody white, white is no, are turning against this one-sided, biased society. Perhaps. And secondly, the evidence was so overwhelming. You all saw the film, you all saw the movies, you all saw the clip. For so many minutes, 9 minutes and so on, this white supremacist held George Floyd under his knees and he says, I can't breathe, I can't breathe, I can't breathe, until he lost his breath. This is the kind of the attitude the white so-called white people have. I may ask the question today, and allow me to ask this. Most of these people, the so-called white supremacists, are reborn Christians. They call themselves Christians. And according to the three religions, Christianity, Judaism, and Islam, our great-grandfather was Adam alayhi salam. Adam, peace be upon him. We are all descended from him. Some people settled in Africa and became, over millions of years, they became black. Some people settled in the sort of cold countries, and they remained, their pigment remained white. Not white, there's nobody white, by the way. And I keep on saying this, and nobody has challenged me so far. They are pink color, light pink color people. So it may well be that the public opinion is turning against. It may be the thin edge of the wedge. It may be the turning point. We don't know. Because these people, the white supremacists, are very, very powerful. And nobody can win the election in America without their support. Believe you me. There are two people. One is our cousins from the Middle East, and you know which one I mean, and one of these supremacists. They both believe in the prophets that we believe in. Sayyidina Musa alayhi salam and Sayyidina Isa alayhi salam, Moses and Jesus Christ, we believe in them. Because no Muslim is a Muslim unless they believe in both these prophets. And indeed all the other 140,000 prophets that God, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, sent to this earth from time to time, until the final culmination upon the seal of the Prophet came upon the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam wa alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Now, there have been many occasions in the past, and if you read, the struggle started, because these people were, believe it or not, most of them were the so-called black people who are brought from Africa, Niger, Chad, Mali, Dahomey, Liberia, and all those countries, Senegal. In all those countries, they were brought as slaves. And what surprises me is First of all, most of them were Muslims. Most of them were Muslims. They were coerced into whining and dining and music and womanizing and so on and so forth. And they lost their track. Most of them lost their track because the glitter is very, very powerful. And the womanizing and the alcohol are very the kind of a tool that betrays the people from the right path. I ask the question, if we are all descended from Adam, which all the three religions believe, although some of them are pink color and the others are light pink color, the others are pink colors and the rest are black colors. They are not very black, but they are black. Let us admit it. So if our forefather is the same, where does the supremacy in inferiority come into it? Where? Oh, just because your color is slightly lighter than the others? No, no, no. And believe you me, without the support of these people and our cousins, I told you, nobody can win the election in America. They're so powerful. You remember the agitation started in the 60s? Martin Luther King, he was killed. Michael X, he was killed. Marcus Garvey, he was humiliated. I don't know how he died, but whenever he died bankrupt. The owner of an aeroplane fleet, he was coerced into poverty and bankruptcy. This is how the system works. But hopefully, the tide has turned slowly but steadily. Late, but never too late. And hopefully, in future, the people carrying the justice will be able to understand and will abide by the norm. And the norm is, when you are given the reign of justice, you do the justice. This is one of the very few, one of many, many ethics that we have in Islam. When you do the justice, even if it's your father, it's your brother, your mother, your kids and kids, you do the justice. You don't look into your relationship. You look at the facts. Even if your father is in the dock and you're a judge, you have to punish him accordingly, as if it was somebody else, not your father. So may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us the courage to stand against the tyranny and for the justice all the time. Until unless we do the struggle, nobody, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is not going to come down from his throne, from his Shemullah and help us. He could if he wants to. But that's not the way he works. It does not. And by the way, I mentioned it a few times, not so much the white supremacists, it's the black supremacists now from Africa who are trying to malign Islam, the beauties of Islam, misquotation, out of context, and telling lies. They tell lies more than anybody else tells the lies. Sometimes I ignore them, but sometimes you have to answer them because they're creating havoc. And some simple-minded people may start believing them because they tell so many lies. You know, one of the basic principle of lying and telling lies is tell so many lies that people start believing you. That's what they're trying to do. But we are on the haqq, we are on the truth. And alhamdulillah, we at every single corner and every single battle and wars, intellectual wars, we will win. We'll fight with them and we'll win, inshallah ta'ala. They are very much determined. And believe you me, most of those people which I say, so-called black people, were slaves themselves for 300 years. They were brought to Europe and America as slaves, yet they accepted the religion of those people who tortured them, murdered them, butchered them, raped them, thrown them in the sea, and whatnot. Or shouldn't they say this? But I have to tell the truth, because they've come, they started doing the gutter game, and I'm not going to tolerate this. We will, inshallah ta'ala, give them the answer within our moral boundaries. We don't leave the boundaries of morality. We are Muslims, alhamdulillah, and we are proud of it. And we are not told, we are forbidden to trespass our limits. Inshallah ta'ala. Be safe wherever you are. And if you like my program, as before, as ever, and I know you do it, because sometimes my programs come back to me after 2 months. And I know it's been gone wrong, the word, and come back to me. Be safe wherever you are. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.